It's official. Denzel McKenzie and Craig Butler are not on good terms, with the player vowing to never play for Craig Butler again. I got in touch with both Craig Butler and Denzel McKenzie to hear what each party had to say about the matter and where it all went wrong.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz. I hear that. Don't know something that Gunnaz may say, but big up Gunnaz.
In this video, I will be sharing the responses to questions I asked Denzel McKenzie about his side of the story, and then I will share with you Craig Butler's response to a few questions regarding the matter. If you're new to the channel, this is the Gunnaz podcast, and I'm your host, Dicanio, an Arsenal fan that covers everything Reggae Boyz and local football. If you enjoy the content that I do on this channel, remember to smash that subscribe button if you have not as yet. We are on a goal to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the month. And remember that every single video I do on this channel must get to 300 likes. So just go ahead and hit that like button. Now, this story all started in the public eye earlier this year in January. We all saw Craig Butler post pictures of him and Denzel McKenzie going to Feyenoord on what I believe was a trial. Now, fast forward to May this year, I heard rumors of both of them being in contention and decided to reach out to the players' camp until I eventually got to speak with the player. So I'm going to be sharing all of that with you as it relates to what the player says was his recollection of the story. Now, Denzel said to me that after the end of the Manning Cup season in 2024, he was told by Craig Butler that he would not be able to continue playing in the Jamaica Premier League as an academy player, and that he would have to sign a permanent contract if he wants to continue playing for Phoenix United after the January transfer window. Denzel told myself and Kishan Legister from 433 Presser that he had verbally agreed to sign a 6-month contract that would be up at the end of the season in June, as his aspirations and promise from Craig Butler was that he would be making a move to Feyenoord in the summer. He then decided to sign the contract with Phoenix United in December 2024. However, he claims that there was no end date on the contract at the time when he signed, and he was not alarmed by it because he trusted Mr. Butler at the time to put 6 months, which is what he said they verbally agreed to. He then told me that the end date was later put on the document and it was set to 2027, which means that he was in a 3-year contract and not a 6-month contract. Now, Presser and I were a bit confused as to why he would sign a document without an end date and leave it just up to trust. We also advised the young player to never do something like that again, and he acknowledged that he made a mistake on his end and that he learned his lesson. So basically, folks, the contention between Craig Butler and Denzel McKenzie started from a contract mix-up between both parties, where Phoenix United got relegated to Tier 2, and Denzel McKenzie does not want to play Tier 2 football. He says that he's getting older, and he knows that when it comes to getting contracts abroad, the younger you get one, the better your chances that you will make it out. So he at minimum wants to be playing Jamaica Premier League football next season. The player and his camp took the matter to the CFA, which is the Clarendon Football Association, and they said that they could not help him, but advised him to take the matter to the Jamaica Football Federation. Now, the player wrote up a letter to send to the Jamaica Football Federation with the reasons as to why he is requesting a termination of his contract. The reasons in the letter included, number one, forgery of the end date, which is what I basically just explained to you guys. Number two is a delayed lodging of the contract. Now, that section of the letter claims that he signed the contract in December 18th, but it was allegedly not submitted until several months after. In the letter, the player says that the delay breaches proper procedures for contract submission and raises questions over the validity of the contract. The third reason is abusive and coercive conduct, where the player quoted a list of WhatsApp messages between him and Mr. Butler as examples of the alleged abuse and coercive behavior. Numbers 4, 5, and 6 were each labeled as legal basis for termination, breaches of FIFA agent regulations, and request for immediate termination, respectively. I was told that yesterday an individual spoke to the Jamaica Football Federation on Denzel's behalf and was told that Denzel needs to find a lawyer. I also reached out to Craig Butler, who took the time out of his busy schedule to respond to a few questions I had on the matter. Now, before I share his response, I want to read the caption of an Instagram post that Craig Butler made about Denzel McKenzie about just under a week ago. If you've gotten this far into the video, people, remember to smash that like button. It is very important for the growth of the channel. Now, people, the post that Craig Butler made reads, in case you have doubts, this picture says who I am and always will be. If a tree falls in the forest and there is no one there to hear it, then there can be no sound. If a player has goals and someone develops them and gets him the opportunity to show himself at a professional club in Europe, it is important that the player remains humble and loyal and don't get impatient and let people pull his head with grand noise and ideas. Loyalty is key to success. I don't recruit players. I take them, send them to school, teach them the game, teach them about life, uplift them, guide them, and unfortunately, sometimes they forget how they reach to the level that they are at. Humility, patience, loyalty, fortitude, honor, and respect goes a long way in the business of football. I have always kept my respect for my coaches, the clubs and schools that I developed and that developed me, and never once tried to cheat a man out of what he deserves. This is the key to success for players like Leon, Kemar Reed, Kemu Jackson, Whisper, and many others. They never bite the hand that fed them. I will fight for my boys with all my heart, sick or no sick, strong or weak, to the very end. Never repay one's kindness for weakness, and never mistake one's love for an inability to do what they have to protect their business and family. So that is a post that Craig Butler made, basically because he already knew that the news was out there about him and Denzel McKenzie not being on good terms. So he decided to make that post to clear the air and to basically just let the public know about what he is feeling about that situation. So when asked about the post and if Denzel McKenzie had gone separate ways, this was Craig Butler's response. What post about McKenzie going separate ways? McKenzie is contracted totally to the football club, and that is it. My post was a general statement about corrupt clubs and coaches seeking to steal my players, and showed Denzel McKenzie and others the opportunities that they received from the contracted club, academy, and agency. I followed up by asking him if he is aware that the player no longer wants to play for him and would like to be released, to which he responded, listen, a contract is simply put, a binding business agreement, one which he read, signed, and took all the benefits that came with it, and it's not personal for me. He is bound to it, and he will remain under contract until the period is up. I have nothing else to say. Our work speaks for itself, and it's clear what we did for him and the costs associated with those benefits, which we as a club, company, and business must recover. I then followed up by asking him if the rumors about him asking for 80 million Jamaican dollars for Denzel McKenzie were true. He neither confirmed nor denied. However, this was his response. We spent a great deal of money on the player from he was 13 till present. We must recover and profit from our investment, and that is it, just like any other club. He has been all over Europe since 13 at our expense. I tried to give Craig Butler a platform to share his side of the story, but he went on to say that what he mentioned to me was not his side and that he was just being professional answering my questions, which would suggest to me that he has a completely different recollection of what happened, opposing all of Denzel McKenzie's claims. So that is it for today's video, people. Remember to share your thoughts below in the comment section. Hit that like button. The goal for today's video is 300 likes. Again, share your thoughts below in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
Big up Gunnaz, I hear that. Don't know some of the Gunnaz myself, but big up Gunnaz.